Hello, my name is Amber Ellis. I grew up in Powhatan County, and my parents' home, they still live there. There's a big patch of woods behind the house and a little creek that flows through there, and I spent pretty much every day back in those woods. I like to think that I learned a lot back there from it. I think it really formed a deep connection for me with the water at a young age. My first year in college was down at Christopher Newport University, and I found myself drawn back to the river. I found a lot of peace down there because I knew that that water that was there in front of me was the same water that was running in that little creek behind my parents' home on its way down. And that brought me a lot of comfort during that year. I went to school for landscape architecture, and the whole goal behind that profession is really creating spaces for people and doing it in a way that is good for the environment, for our land and our water. I got a job with James River Association. My work has been about restoring things on the land to improve our water quality. The more I worked with people and in our communities, I realized that they're not separate. If you want to restore our water and you want to restore our land, people are part of that too. So I started what we call James River RX, and it's usually a small group of people, maybe 5 to 10 people. It's an hour long, and we gather by the river and just take a moment to breathe, do some exercises that really help them connect with their surroundings and share that with each other. This group of people that might have been strangers at the beginning, by the end, we're sharing some really deep stuff with each other. And I don't think it's a coincidence that that connection happened along the banks of the James and along these waterways in the forest. Again, that same place that I found that connection as a kid. People depend on clean water. We depend on it for drinking water, for all of those things that nourish us. And clean water also depends on people being good stewards of the land. And so finding ways to have that reciprocal relationship is really key. It's no coincidence that at every point in my life, anytime that I'm even if it's just light stress or just questioning something, I tend to find myself walking along either a small creek or the river through the woods. Things seem a little more clear when I'm down by the water. I feel grounded. I feel connected to myself. I feel connected to other beings, not just other people, but there's so much life all along the banks of the James and our little creeks that there's no way you can feel alone when you're sitting there and you hear the wind through the trees or the birds singing in the trees, and you can see the water flowing by. It's just a really peaceful place to be.